What's up, guys? This is Rick of Monster Closet. We're recording Monstercast number 3. Kel here.
K-Dizzle.
Rodney over here. Things are going to be a little different today. Today's going to be our Street Fighter episode, since Rodney here is our Street Fighter king. So while we're talking, instead of just sitting around this table that you can't see, in talking, we're going to be playing Street Fighter as well. I also got Street Fighter recording while we're doing this, so this episode will have gameplay footage in it as well. And currently, I'm playing as Ryu versus Akuma. Rodney's Akuma. I'm losing terribly.
Not terribly, he's putting up a decent fight.
I wouldn't say decent, more like a massive
There. You know, we're playing a little bit of the Omega mode, and there's a lot of changes that are going down here, and it makes it a little bit different for Akuma players. Rick, just pause yourself for a second. So, no, you can continue the game. So, like, for example, if I'm retreating from you and I jump back, I can't throw a fireball.
Okay.
As to where in standard versions of Akuma you can. But right now, because it's a little bit more powered up, you can't retreat with a fireball, which makes it a little bit harder because Akuma players are used to retreating with that fireball when it gets a little rough. Okay, we can go on here.
Oh, man!
I'm seeing this game for the first time, and man, I do remember some of the old backgrounds from some of the past Street Fighters, and this background's wow.
Now, Rick, I told you gotta stop jumping. That's a trap. When I throw a fireball in the air or on the ground and I'm trying to get you to jump over it, I'm gonna throw that murder and you can't stop me. You can't block. You gotta remember, you gotta play defensive.
Okay, the
sometimes.
briefcase just like there.
Alright, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm new to the whole editing thing, as you can tell from our intros. So I'm going to do my best to get the gameplay footage into this as well, because I don't have a microphone to plug into my gaming portable HD recorder thingy. So I have that recording, but all this audio and video of our beautiful faces is coming off my camcorder. So I'm going to have to work the two together. But it's going to look nice. I hope. So if you're lucky, you'll see gameplay with this.
Which I'm hoping we do.
Lots
Because
of commentary.
we can showcase the different moves that Omega has versus, you know, the other versions of the game.
So, alright. For those that aren't familiar, how many versions of Street Fighter 4 are there?
Oh god, so we have Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, or no, Super Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade, Ultra Street Fighter 4, and then they added this new mode to Ultra. You have to have Ultra to get it. It's called Omega Mode. And Omega Mode does a lot of crazy stuff with the different characters. It adds new combos that are just broken. So it's not going to see any tournament play, but it'll be fun. Just, you know, just versus online, that sort of thing with your friends. Oh boy. Okay, that wasn't so
Nice uppercut.
Thought I was punishing him.
So that's one of the new moves for Omega. If I can get the other one off, I will. Rick might let me get it. It's like a mini murder. You do Akuma's standard kick version teleport, and you press the light punch and light kick at the same time, and he does like a mini murder. Ooh, Rick might get me. Oh, he got me around. Oh.
That lady just hit that man with the fan. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So is Omega like the Ultimate Edition? Like, is there going to be...
You know, I think this is going to be their last. I think this is, they threw us a bone before Street Fighter V, and this is kind of what they wanted to give us beforehand. So now we just have to wait for Street Fighter V.
It's only coming to Sony?
Only, yeah, it will be a Sony exclusive. But they're also saying they're going to go to PC as well. So, and you know, I think the only reason they're taking it to PC is because that's the mini murder right there. The only reason they're taking it to PC is because Microsoft won't be handling the online combat anymore. It's all done by Steam. So everything's housed on Steam servers.
Oh, well, thanks, Rick.
Alright, Kel's gonna give this a try and just go down to select character.
Oh, yeah.
Kel's probably gonna lose too.
I'll give Cal a little bit of my Oni.
That sounded dirty.
Ah, that's what she said.
Kel's gonna give him a little bit of his Blanca.
Blanca's a good.
What is this Ultra Combo Double?
So that was a new addition with Ultra Street Fighter 4. That's where you get to use both of your Ultra moves. However, their damage is greatly decreased. So it's not really worth it to pick that unless you're looking to have some diversity in the match. But you really gotta work with your damage on your standard combos.
How is the new character that looks like Cammy?
You know, that really set the community into a rage when Capcom did that. Because everybody thought it was going to be Hagar coming into the series. However, with a reskin of Cammy, you can imagine how everybody responded.
People like Hagar?
Yeah, Hagar's pretty big in the series. He was in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so he had a bit of a following.
He's got a city to run though, he's a mayor.
Yeah, busy guy.
He doesn't have time for street fights.
The new version, she's a little wonky.
They get him scratching his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Blanca.
Like,
I know I
busted.
didn't pick the Omega version. I'm not even familiar with what. Well, Omega version Oni is real weird. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with it.
Oni and Blanca look like they came from the same mom.
Well, you know, the backstory with Oni is Akuma let himself be possessed by a much stronger demon in order to combat Goken.
Oh.
So that's kind of the... And he was also in Ashura's Wrath as DLC.
I have that game.
Yeah.
That game is an amazing game, it sure is.
It is. You know, it was one of those underrated games, kind of like God Hand. I don't know if
I
you guys
never
ever
played
heard
God Hand. That's a PS2 game, right?
Yeah, God Hand was really good. It was just one of those underrated games that later on, when it hooked on, it became really expensive to get.
Man. You know, he kind of looks like he's from DBZ.
A little bit. He does have that Saiyan style hairdo.
And his shirt's ripped off.
Yeah.
And he's got
Just a little
energy
bit of
all
range
about
there.
him.
So the other thing about Oni is I missed it, but he can murder in the air.
You know, I can murder in the air as well.
I don't think jumping to get into your bed counts.
Oh!
Like I said before, I kind of not so great at fighting games.
It's just for fun, you know.
Yeah.
Blanca's a pretty classic character.
I mean, I was really good at Mortal Kombat growing up.
Yeah.
Now, Mortal Kombat is my game. I'm excited for Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat 10 looks
X.
good. Or are they calling it X? Is that its official?
Yeah.
Is it 10? No, it's just
It's X. Or like next
The
generation.
Roman numeral.
Well, you know, it takes place like 25 years later. So.
Oh, interesting.
One of the characters is Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade's son. Or
Oh.
daughter, not son.
I know what they were saying with the character selection. What they were gonna do is they were gonna have the top row of characters be all their classics, and then so they would fill 2 rows worth characters of classic MK, and then there would be a following 2 rows of characters that were all new to the series.
I really hope when they make new DLC, we don't get like another movie tie-in.
You know, and Microsoft, if you're listening, if you're out there, I know you're probably not. not Microsoft, but we'll go Midway or
NetherRealm.
NetherRealm. If you guys are listening to this, please don't do day one DLC. We're just gonna spend $60 on your game. Can we get the game? Capcom's notorious for that. Now, I was reading your Facebook comment the other day on the Closet Facebook page, and you were talking about how Capcom put skins or costumes on the disc.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually costumes that were on the disc. It was a little more severe than that. When the game came out, we were talking about Street Fighter Cross Tekken. When that game came out, Blanca and Sakura were supposed to be, they were going to be launched later on.
There was 12 characters.
Yeah, but not on the disc. The characters that came loaded on the disc was Blanca and Sakura.
They were started as PSP exclusive.
They were PSP exclusives, but they were on the disc. You had to pay $20 to unlock those two characters, and they were already on the disc. So Capcom, I bought that disc. I bought that content, and I had to pay $20 more. That's just, it's not day one DLC, but it's just the point.
Wow.
We owned it on that disc.
Cammy and her Lady Bison costume.
It is quite risque, is what we're doing.
Wow.
I wish Bison looked like this all the time.
And that's the thing. They knew, when they were doing Ultra Street Fighter 4, they knew they were going to do some of the Bison dolls. But they thought they were going to be some of the dolls from Alpha 3 or Zero 3. But they weren't. It was DeCapre, and I'll play her next. And you'll kind of be able to see how she plays. She's a little weird.
I don't know how to play Cammy, so I just picked her for the outfit. I'm joking, that's sexism. I'm not a sexist.
He's lying.
I don't know if you ever played Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball for PS2.
We don't condone those
That
games.
game was awesome.
Or maybe if you look at Rumble Roses, I don't know if anybody remembers that one.
Rumble Roses.
Sexist.
Yes.
That was
play that
definitely, let's be real.
Me and Dave played that game.
But you know what was funny about that game? It had the old school wrestling mechanics that everybody liked from 64
Yep.
with the THQ games. And, yes, you would be under ridicule from your friends because you're playing this game that's obviously objectifying women to an extreme extent.
And sometimes one-handed. Sexist. That was sexist.
Fun,
But it had all the great wrestling game elements that we all grew up with. That it was great. Just the character base was a little
Latex and
a little bit. It was
jiggle physics.
Yeah, they were a
It
little
was
extreme.
revolutionary for the PS2.
It was, and they all what gets me is they could at least make the wrestlers realistic in that extent. Just to saying, if you're going to a wrestling match, you're not going to wrestle in freaking stilettos. It's just not going to happen.
I want to off subject, but still same sort of thing. Have you played the new Resident Evil, the remake? The remake?
I have not.
I haven't. I've heard it's really good.
Did you play it on GameCube?
No, but I watched my brother play it all. My brother's huge into the wrestling.
In HD now, every step Jill takes, it's just...
Is it really? Well, okay, let me ask you about that game. With Resident Evil HD, how would you compare it to the original? Did they just reskin it with, new kind of graphics and character models, or does it have the same style of play?
Are they more jigglier?
Or is it? Wait, aside from the booby jokes, does the game itself feel like the mechanics are still...
It's the same exact game as the GameCube one.
Okay.
It's what it is they change the controls around a little bit. Resident Evil, you couldn't just press the direction you wanted to go into. You had to turn and then go.
Turn and go.
Well, now you can just walk in whatever direction you want.
Oh, okay. So they did improve it a bit.
They improved that, and now it's also widescreen and up-res. But it looks really good. It's the same one as the GameCube one. But I just think it's funny because back when you were playing on a CRT TV.
Yeah.
No one noticed Jill's boobies bouncing.
No, and you know, just a little bit on the Street Fighter here when we're getting with the new characters that were just added, the 4 new ones in Ultra. They don't have the options, and if you're new coming into the series, you might be a little confused on the edition selection. All the other characters have multiple versions of their editions. That's because they've been in it since the first Street Fighter 4. Like if Rick here would have picked Street Fighter 4 Ryu, he's broken. So I might actually get whooped on this one because he had a lot more priority then.
He looked nice.
Yeah, I think it's this one.
I think we can all agree while we're sitting here, Street Fighter the movie was a great movie. 2 thumbs up.
You know,
Talk about what
it had its moment.
Yeah.
It had its moment. And see, you opened this door because you knew my reaction. You knew it was going to happen. It had great iconic moments, but as a movie, let's be real.
Dude, I didn't even know I had an alternate costume for this.
Did you buy this, or did you just get it?
I had no idea.
I gotta see if I have this at home. I mean, that's pretty... Alright, so let's see. Some of her moves are if I tap punch, she's gonna come forward like that. I have an anti-air, but it's charge. It's that one. I mean, everything she does is based off like charge, teleport. You can see how that goes.
Cal is acting it out for
Oh
you.
man, it's intense. I mean, like I said, I'm not much of a fighting action type game player, but you know, this game's kind of making me intrigued a little bit.
I think it's just the ladies that are making him a little intrigued.
Nah,
You
just
can't
about the
stand it right
ladies.
now.
You know,
I
the
did,
thing
I did
about-
mention the backgrounds. You know,
Yeah.
I did recognize some of the backgrounds from the past games.
Oh.
Because I also have friends that would play this.
Oh, that was lovely.
That was. See, her anti-air does... Oh! I don't remember her ult. No! Okay.
Ah! I beat him once!
Her, oh, someone just got murdered on my phone. So, he's used to that sound by now. That's why he jumped a little bit.
That's scary.
Her play set is really weird. She's all a charge character. Let me look at her command list a little bit and kind of get an idea. So you can see the Psycho Sting. That's her anti-air. It's going to do a lot of damage, but you got to time it right. She has a spiral arrow just like Cammy, but it can only be done in the air. This is mainly because I have to look at the moves itself. So I picked the Psycho Stream. Let's go ahead and see if I can get Rick on this round. So that was
That is so cool!
Like that mini Psycho Crusher. Like you could tell they were trained by Bison, you know.
I'm impressed by that. It sounded like the Psycho Crusher.
The Psycho Crusher is just one of those iconic moves. It's just, you know, I was sad when they did the, man, I can't block. When they did the Marvel vs. Capcom series, or no, maybe it was X-Men vs. Street Fighter. But, man, I can't do it. He lost his Psycho Crusher, and it was replaced
Was it
with...
Alpha?
Yeah, Alpha. Well, if you picked his Xism, you could get the Psycho Crusher. And it was the X-Men vs. Street Fighter 2. Where he got this fireball in X-Men vs. Street Fighter that kind of exploded and went across screen. But it wasn't the same as, you know, having that iconic Psycho Crusher.
I'm just trying to let you guys know I have 2 wins to his 0 right now.
Yeah.
He's our best player at this game, so I think I'm going to go compete after this. Evo, here I come.
Well, you know what? I don't think I picked the, let me look at this one more time, Rick. I'm sorry. I don't think I picked the first ult. I picked the second one.
That's okay. Go ahead and
So,
try to think about what you do.
it's the...
Trying to think about what you
I'm with
did.
That's a really great ultra. I like that. You want to see a good one? See this one. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah. Kamehameha, baby. You son of a biscuit.
I think I
I
got the round.
threw him one.
I got the round.
With a kick
See
speed.
now, Rick, I'm
With
gonna go
a
a little bit
kick
harder
speed.
now. I'm gonna try to see if I can just link some standard combos with her. See if I can get in there and do some ticks. I don't know if it'll work, but
Looks like it's working to me.
Peanut gallery over here. Punished.
good punish.
Punished.
It's not often we see you do a proper punish or you're the one that's being punished because you consistently use the hard dragon punches. Like, example A.
Now I'm just gonna Shoto spam him.
Well, that's not good because, like, you throw a Hadouken, I jump over it, what do you do?
Do one of these. He smells a comeback. I'm just gonna jump. Okay, I want this to be a long, drawn-out match. Either one can take this.
It could happen. It's still.
It looks like it's leaning towards that way.
Big punch in the face. So we're 2-2 right now. He's gonna go into the zone. He's gonna try to make it happen. Now, mind you, he's playing Street Fighter 4 Ryu, so he's a little more broken. I don't know why he's. I mean, I'm not playing Akuma right now, so.
Don't let this guy fool you. He's good with everyone.
So I don't know why that didn't hit me because you were spinning around.
Still looks like anyone's match here.
See, I need to do the anti-air. That's what I need to do. I might eat it there. Yep. There it goes. That might do it.
Punished so badly!
That'll do it.
And I unlocked an achievement. And I unlocked
And for the first time tonight, I passed my controller. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. That Xbox home button. There we go. There we go. Pass it over.
Let's give this another shot.
Alright, I just want to let you guys know, when we meet up at conventions and stuff, I give out autographs if you want one.
Oh boy.
There's, I just took the title as Best Street Fighter Character out of Monster Closet.
I do too. Also give out autographs. Kate, is it?
So yeah, definitely we hope to bring this programming to conventions, do some interviews, things like that. Just have fun with everybody. Kind of go over the gaming that everybody likes, fighting games, all the different genres we can. I don't know if we'll hit too big on the RPG scene though, because RPG games tend to be, I don't know. I don't personally. The last RPG I was real big into was probably Final Fantasy VII.
Sorry to hear that.
Which one do you any big RPGs that you like to play?
I like Pokemon. I've enjoyed every Pokemon that's come out.
Is that considered an RPG?
RPG is, to me, preschool RPG.
Well, I know you like collect your little Pokemon and you fight them. Not I'm trying to mock you. I'm just trying to mock Rick. I know
You see that, Pokemon
it's fairly
fans?
popular.
He doesn't respect you.
I just don't respect Rick.
I respect you. Me and you, we're gonna catch them all.
And, you know, we could also do things like Magic the Gathering, where we can try to do little tutorials, and we can maybe we'll host something where Rick will teach me how to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Classic character.
And that'll be a challenge. I've never done the Yu-Gi-Oh scene. Rick's quite torn on the Yu-Gi-Oh scene right now.
Torn on the poison scene as well.
Torn on this scene right now.
So, interesting story about Poison. In Japan, she originates from Final Fight, and she's with a sister, but this particular character was meant to be a transvestite in Japan. So,
Which character?
Poison.
Okay.
The one I am.
Yeah. However, when confronted after they brought her to Street Fighter Cross Tekken and then later ported her to this game, people asked Capcom, what's her official sex? What's her gender? Capcom refused to comment. But the creator of the character, you know, she's transgender.
That's fine, I'm an equal opportunist.
Oh.
It's because I'm not sexist.
Not bagging on anybody, you are who you are, but that's just the character.
for you, Anita. We don't want to be attacked. Capcom's blatant sexist.
Well, you know, not so much. I mean, maybe Capcom just doesn't want to take a stance on it because it's a pretty torn issue in media, if you will. So if they were to take a stance on it one way or the other, they're going to get, you know, left wing versus right wing, and they're going to get flack either way they look at it.
I think they should get flack for this entire level.
You don't like this level?
Did you see who was in the plane?
What, Belrog?
Yep.
Not a fan of Belrog.
I don't mind Balrog. I just the location and the surroundings. I don't think it was appropriate for
What are
Balrog
you
to
suggesting? What are you getting at?
It's borderline racist.
How? Did you elaborate further?
I'm not elaborating further.
If you can't elaborate your point, then why?
Look at
What?
It's a white dog.
The stage is like
It's a white dog.
white dogs exist. You're reading too much into it. It's in Africa, is it not?
it is.
So
He's from Las Vegas.
what? Are you, okay, so you're saying that. I need you to clarify what you're trying to say.
I just think with this army standing here and him on the plane.
How does that make it racist?
No, it's
I mean,
not
black
racist,
people
it's great.
fly in planes, believe it or not.
Oh God.
I mean,
You know what? It's not racist. I'm done with this. Before either of us dig ourselves into a hate-mongering hole, which we're not hate mongers.
I was just seeking clarification on Rick's point.
So that's man.
According to how the character is created, but Capcom's not taking a stance on it. So they could have remade the character to be a female.
I like men too. Men are nice. I like everyone.
So
I think this guy's a little racist too.
Hakan?
Yeah, with the oil.
I mean, he's just a. I mean, that's his fighting style.
His fighting. This game is one walking
You don't find yourself
stereotype.
like Rick. I could see you oiling up before a match. Come on.
Look at this guy.
Guile?
He's like the ultimate American. That's
All right, let me tell you what I'm really excited for in Street Fighter V.
okay.
Confirmed Charlie.
Yes.
There's one arm sonic booms.
You know, but will they make the sonic booms thrown like Seth does it, where it's just a down forward, or is he going to be a classic charge?
I don't know, but I love me some Charlie.
There's a lot of questions opened up if they're going to make him. I'm going to pick Omega,
Please.
and I want to show you
Capcom.
his new move.
Xbox One wants the game too. Please.
I'm not hurt by Capcom's decision because I'm more of a Sony person.
We'll take Super, Ultra, Omega, whatever one you want to.
Well, are they not? Yeah, they weren't porting. Are they not porting this style of games to the new gen?
This is coming to new gen. This
Yeah.
Ultra, just Sony's one.
Just
Just going to
Sony's?
PS4, yeah.
I didn't know they were going to make Street Fighter in general console. So check this out.
That's an awesome background.
Before you go forward, so hold on. I got to figure out how to. I picked Omega here. I got to figure out. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Okay.
I don't like this bison costume.
Yeah, I think I.
There's an eclipse going on in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really. You know a game that looks really good, a really good looking
There it
fighting
is.
game. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so you can kind of trip them out if they're looking to advance real fast, and you can throw this up. So that's
comes
what
the
it doesn't throw up. Like when you're throwing it, it doesn't affect.
The hippo ends up eating a bird.
That's awesome.
Now you know
Oh,
what's
that was
gonna happen
bad.
right here.
I wanted to get you a psycho punishment. That's such a cool.
Yeah,
where you like
that-
shotguns your chest.
They a lot of my buddies like to call that the abortion.
Oh,
I mean, It's
We don't
pretty rough.
condone that.
No, I mean, just the move itself is pretty rough.
We're taking too many stances on controversial things.
You know, and that's not so much. I mean, it's just silly little nicknames for the groups. And gamers don't act like you don't do that.
They will, because Kotaku's going to get a hold of us and tell us we're sexist, hate-mongering pigs. And then there's going to be a whole new controversy. And, gamers are dead. It's true. It's true. It's okay. I like Kotaku. I eat Kotaku every day. Oh, it ate the bird! And the bird flying around in his mouth.
Oh man, the feathers are everywhere.
Yeah.
You can hold that?
Oh yeah, with the Evil Ryu, you can hold the trigger that you activate the fireball with, and it'll charge it up and make it hit 2 additional times. So it's like equal to the Masatsu go Hado. What made you phase through my hurricane kick right there? That was interesting.
What is his super?
It's
Oh, I don't have a super.
yeah, the super's not up, but it's hold charge back, then 4 back forward. I want to say punch. No, kick. Because it's the knee press nightmare. The night, yeah, you chose Ultra 1, so it's the Nightmare Booster. All done with kicks.
What? He's gonna murder?
Yeah.
Who's more powerful, Evil Ryu or Akuma?
It's debatable. Evil Ryu has limitless fighting potential, if you will. I think when he takes evil form, he does limit himself in his abilities. So Akuma, being the self-proclaimed master of fist, if you will, he might be a little bit stronger.
This fat guy's getting up to get a glass of water real quick, folks.
This game's pretty cool. I need to practice more often.
Let's play the Red Cyclone.
Zangief?
Yeah, you got his alternate. Yeah, which one is the mech? Is it alternate 2?
It might be. I'm not entirely sure.
Because the mech Zangief is such a throwback to
Street Fighter vs. X-Men?
yeah, well, the Marvel vs. Capcom series in general, because he can take, I believe it was in Marvel vs. Capcom where he can go mech form. And it just makes it so you can't block, but you do a ton of damage, and you can just walk through all kinds of stuff.
That looks like water there, Rick.
Oh yeah, I decided to get Mountain Dew. I'm sorry, guys. Mecha Geef is my favorite Geef.
Yeah, he's definitely. I wish they had that costume. They might have it in Street Fighter Cross Tekken now. I'll have to bring that over with me one day.
I have it.
Oh, you have Street Fighter Cross Tekken? Is it on the fail? I'm not the fail box, but the Xbox one. Or
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a cool costume.
Over here.
Look at that Mecha Cod piece he's rocking.
I wonder what Omega Mode Zangief kind of plays like.
Oh, wasn't there a Hagar costume for Geef?
Yeah, I believe there was.
He drops his claws?
Yeah, when he drops
Yeah.
his claw, he does less damage. When he drops his mask, he takes more damage.
Yeah, but you can pick them back up just by walking over them. It's kind of like he's got a Zoro thing going on.
No. It's kind of sweet.
I've bought a lot of random costume packs.
I see that.
Well, you remember when we met, I was going through that Street Fighter phase.
Yeah. Which was cool. You know, we used to have the little Street Fighter gatherings, and Dave, I'm still waiting to play you more.
He can't hear you, man. You just do that.
Yeah, you gotta try to stay away from Zangief because he does a lot of damage if you're willing to get in close.
Might as well announce this here. In March, I want to have a Monster Closet get-together. As Rodney here will know, I've had some pretty legendary get-togethers where we got together and played a bunch of fighting games.
You know, is Dave, is he still with that one girl?
No.
Oh, sorry, Dave. And the reason I say that because I remember playing Mortal Kombat with her, and she would get so mad just by losing.
The Spike.
Spike, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. You're still cool. I doubt you would watch it because I think we only have like 3 or 4 viewers anyway. But
we actually have 29 subscribers.
do we really?
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if it helped putting a word out on my guild page.
Probably did.
Yeah. So Dark Alliance people, definitely. My handle on there would be Massimo. I've been in it since Star Wars Galaxies, so Dark Alliance people, if you're watching, I hope you're having fun with this. We definitely want to bring as much content as we can to make it interesting. Oh man, now you're kind of adapting to my fight style, and you're jumping around and moving around a lot more, so it's making it harder for me to hit you, which is good.
One of the things I want to try to do is bring content to you guys every day, because without you guys, what are we?
Yeah, if we can do that, I mean, we still have to live our normal lives, you know, and, for, you know, we all have to work, so Rick here is a busy guy, he's got a little one, so we'll try to, I'm going to try to help some editing and get some more equipment going on.
Get used to these faces, though, because these are the faces of Monster Closet. There's still 2 people you guys haven't seen. You guys have seen Pat. You haven't seen Dave yet, and you haven't seen Tyler.
Have I met Pat? I might have met him once.
You
Looks
might
like
have.
Shrek.
Maybe I haven't. It's kind of harsh, Pat. I mean, there's still some love here. I don't really know you, but they love you.
We love you, Pat.
He's a pretty cool guy.
Makes me want to kind of play Hakan just to bother you.
Play him, Con. Go ahead.
I'm not very good with Hakan.
That's why I wanted you to play him. And I hate this guy's face.
Really?
Yeah,
I think he's abnormally large.
Looks like an overly large shot of Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, he's definitely a little bit bigger. Let me play Omega Mode Ken because Omega Mode Ken, they gave him all of his crazy kicks back from like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
Playing the same character again?
I want to see this costume.
Okay.
He's got definitely all of his little crazy kicks, and his Hadoukens in this form are actually thrown by him kicking.
What?
Yeah, I'll show you. It's and he can throw them like Goken, where they can go up on the screen rather than just straight across, pending the different between hard, medium, and light. That's just your standard costume. Why am I a cowboy?
Sexist. Cowboy Ken is the sexist of them all.
So let me show you. So I'm gonna throw. See how he kicks, and then I throw that one, and it goes up.
And that is.
So they definitely changed Ken around a little bit in the Omega mode. It's unfortunate because Omega mode will never see any real tournament play, so we won't see what these guys can do.
And why is that?
You know, because it's broken. It's not balanced. They didn't mean to make it balanced. So there's going to be some characters that are better off than others.
So it's just a for fun mode.
Yeah, it's just for fun. Something you do with your friends like we're doing right now.
I gotta check the command list for Poison.
Poison's a really good character if you know how to use her. I haven't played with the Omega mode yet with Poison, but I did like to play her on Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Uh-oh.
Oh, you jerk! Tried to give you a kiss.
Well, I heard you were a transvestite, so I didn't want to go over there and give you one. I saw the Adam's apple poison.
Oh no.
The poison apple, if you will.
The poison apple.
We're not sexist.
I really like how that adds a little bit more diversity to Ken's playstyle because you can punish. I mean, not as if he couldn't punish in the air before because he's a Shoto fighter, but. Which I'm not too fond of, but see, there's one of his crazy kicks that he's got back. And this is like his Omega mode changes, so if you tap buttons while you're doing that, it's going to do more hits. So it kind of brings Ken back to how he was classic with some of his EX moves.
Speaking of EX moves, how do you feel about Street Fighter EX 3rd?
Street Fighter EX 3?
Yeah.
EX plus Alpha 3? For the
whichever 3D one was on
for the
PS2.
PlayStation 2. I love that series. Like, I played all of them.
You like Skullomania?
Skullomania was one of my favorites. I loved Akuma and Street Fighter EX plus Alpha 1.
I just wanted to ultra you!
I definitely think
The guy
that
in the
particular
background feels your
series.
pain. He's like, no, with the briefcase.
That particular series was definitely taking Street Fighter on a different angle. I think they were trying to add a few Tekken elements to it. I didn't like so much how you could just easily avoid a fireball by sidestepping.
Oh, like Mortal Kombat. That ruined Mortal Kombat.
Well, you know, yeah, that. You know, I did like Mortal Kombat. What was it? What was the Alliance one called? Mortal
Deadly
Kombat.
Alliance?
Deadly Alliance. I thought that one was good. But I wasn't too much into the rest of them. I liked the characters that they came out. Was it Mortal Kombat 8? What was that one called? Because it had like all the different boss characters.
Armageddon?
Like, yeah, Armageddon. You could play as any of the boss characters. I did not like how they changed Motaro. I was not a Motaro fan.
You know, they had a poll for that.
Did they really?
They said, do you want us to take Motaro out because we can't do the 4 legs? Or do you want us to change him? And fans wanted him in the game.
Well, I guess, you know, if your option is don't have him or have him but altered, I mean, you're kind of boxed in to choose one or the other. And, you know, they could have done it. I mean, there's no way they can say, in today's gaming industry, you can't make a character a certain way, especially in, like, Tekken-style format. Look at all the big, ridiculous Tekken bosses. Look at Goro. Look at Kentaro.
Look at Gon.
Yeah, look at Gon. He was super tiny.
I
You know?
hated Gon. I'm punching him. Oh, I'm not punching Gon.
Or his fire breath that was unblockable. So they can't say what it boils down to, and listen up, NetherRealms. What it boiled down to was LAZY. That's what it boiled down
I
to.
still love you, Ed Boon.
You know, Mortal Kombat gave us a lot of good stuff. It did. It's been great over the years, but come on, guys. Was that like? Is that when
What?
Is that when WB picked him up, or was that before?
That was before.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That was a midway title. Let me tell you, Mortal Kombat 9, best fighting game ever. And
9 was no. It's not the best fighting game ever.
best fighting game ever. Hands down,
What makes it the best?
it's Mortal Kombat.
That doesn't make it the best.
I like Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
Mortal Kombat is my favorite fighting game.
Well, yeah, I get that it's yours, but let's look in aspects of what would be the best of all fighting games, and you rate it as Mortal Kombat 9.
Yes.
Because you're not. Let's think about Guilty Gear. Let's think about Atlas, who started out with nothing, and they came out with this title called Guilty Gear on the PS1, and the game was huge. Huge. Everybody loved
You
it.
played Guilty Gear 2?
Yes.
That game wasn't even a fighting game. That game was terrible.
Let's look at Guilty Gear XX Accent Core. Have you ever played that? Well, let me ask, have you ever played Guilty Gear at a competitive level?
I didn't play any of these at a competitive level.
So, let's think about other fighting games in history. Marvel Superheroes.
Alright.
That's a great game.
And it's good.
Man.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which was renowned as one of the best fighting games.
It was good. You're right. It had its day in the sun.
What Mortal Kombat game right now is worth $200+?
Mortal Kombat 9. Mortal Kombat 2, the arcade game.
Not when it's available on DLC.
If I want to buy an arcade version of it, I'm going to have to pay at least $400.
It's on the Sony network. The arcade rendition of the game is downloadable.
If I want to buy it in a cabinet,
Okay, if you want to buy any game in a cabinet.
let me just tell you guys. Mortal Kombat 9 is hands down best fighting game in the whole world.
So, it's Rick's recommendation that Mortal Kombat is the best. I'm going to go with Street Fighter. Street Fighter has, I think, more iconic characters than Mortal Kombat would. At least ones that resonate across the community more.
More iconic. Scorpion
and Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero was in NBA Jam with Bill Clinton.
They're rival. Okay, in Mega Man X.
Bill Clinton, guys.
Mega Man X, he threw a Hadouken that one-shot any boss. So, I mean, we can go back and forth like that.
Those are both Capcom games. He played basketball with the
NBA
president.
Jam, was that not made by Midway?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so, I mean, what are we talking about here?
He played with Bill Clinton basketball.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people play with Bill Clinton.
Not Ryu.
Whoa. Once again, that's sexist.
No, it's not sexist, it's a fact.
No, what I'm saying is play it with Bill Clinton, period.
It's not sexist.
No,
How could that be sexist? It's not opposing a gender, if you will.
Oh, that poor guy falling off! That excitement just got too much for him. This is a dangerous place to play.
This is one of the new stages they added for the Omega mode. Or no, Ultra. This was
Why
for
would you
Ultra.
fight here?
Well, you know, I guess if you were able to throw fireballs and that sort of thing, this could be I mean, look, you just did a fire kick.
This just looks like where the Terminator went to die.
That's a good scene, or that's a terrible scene, but it's an epic scene.
It's my thumbs up from the lava. Oh, I just got murdered.
I always get you.
Couldn't kill me though, folks. I'm gonna beat him now. I'm using my secret weapon. I'm using my Sea Viper. He spanked me, literally. He literally just beat me with a spanking.
He left himself open.
You guys can't see this, but she's got barbecue chips. I want some. I'm fat. That's nothing against fat people, okay? I can say things about fat people. I am fat. Look at that man. That man is going to die. And he's taking photos.
Yeah, he's like falling, like that whole beam is in the liquid metal there, and he's more occupied on filming you more specifically.
Well, he's sexist. He's wearing like a panda mask.
Now
What
he's
is he
dancing.
wearing?
Look, he was doing the hip thrust. You see that? It was like he was trying to do the time warp right there. So I don't think this is working out so well for you, Rick.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to be completely honest with you right now. I am just hitting buttons, hoping to.
That's how I am over here, Rick.
Would you like me to pass so you can play against him?
Go for it, my friend. Go for it.
I don't want to hold it all night.
You won fair and square. We don't mind. Because one of these days, me and him,
We're gonna get
It's
good.
gonna come back on me. It's gonna come back
I'll
on me.
beat you.
You know, one of these nights we need to do a retro fighting game night where we bust in like Killer Instinct, Clay Fighter, Super Street Fighter 2, prior to the super moves being added to the campaign.
We're gonna play some new Killer Instinct tonight.
You know, I'm not. I don't know how good I'm gonna do with new Killer Instinct.
Hopefully he's gonna lose.
No, we need to play classic Killer Instinct.
I have
that's our
1
game
and 2.
rendition. We need to do it. Can we make it happen?
We can.
We'll play another round of this.
And we're gonna live stream it,
And we need
folks.
to make it happen.
So that'll be on Twitch.
That's, is that me?
Oh, that's great.
I'm excited. I love Killer Instinct. Actually, my buddy, one of my buddies brought this game over, Killer Instinct. He had no idea we played it in the past. And he had just purchased it from the game store. And what are we doing here? I just messed all my buttons up.
Just hit cancel.
Oh. So, he had no idea that we had played it previously, younger years. It just came out, we bought it. And somehow I remember all the ultras, ultimates, combo base, just like riding a bike.
Oh.
So, just so what you got to look forward to. I hope you're decent at it.
I'm not. I got this buddy that I work with, JC. And if you're watching this, JC, thumbs up to you. He's really good at Killer Instinct.
Is he?
Yeah.
There's a lot. Killer Instinct had a great following. I'm just saddened that, and no offense to you, of course, but when fighting games such as Killer Instinct, this goes for Capcom too, when they limit themselves to just one console,
This is true.
it really hurts the franchise. I know Killer Instinct was Super Nintendo prior and arcade, but in today's age, that sort of thing, as far as exclusives go, should be limited. Because it hurts the companies that ultimately...
It doesn't help that technically freaking Killer Instinct is a first party Microsoft here.
Yeah.
Since they own Rare.
Yeah,
But-
they bought out Rare. But don't they have like a company that's hired in to do the production of it?
Yeah, it's not a Rare game.
Yeah, I know, it's not.
It's Microsoft and Iron Galaxy's doing it now. Double Helix was doing it, but Double Helix got bought by Amazon to make games. So now Dave Lang's Iron Galaxy. Iron Galaxy does a pretty good job, though. And I'm pretty sure a new character just came out.
Yeah, I follow it because I love Killer Instinct. And I can't remember his name, but he's like a blue glowy guy.
Yeah.
They use
Omen, I think.
Omen. They're using the same character model. People believe they're using the same character model as him as they're going to use for Cinder.
Okay.
Because Cinder's up to be released. Because they did Riptor, they're doing Cinder. They know who 4 of the characters are for sure. But there's a 5th one.
Middle button. No, middle button. This button.
There's a 5th one that's still yet to be revealed, and the splash art for it just in the background looks a little funky, so no one can quite figure out who it is or what it is. But a lot of people in that game were hoping that Shadow Jago would receive his own unique moveset, and that just didn't happen.
Now,
He's more like he plays a lot like Jago.
Shadow Jago you can only get 2 by purchasing that Xbox Live thing.
Yeah.
There's a year of Xbox Live that comes with Shadow Jago.
So you can't unlock him in the game just by...
No.
Man, see, that's so disappointing.
And all it is a skin for Jago.
Right, it plays just like Jago. And they don't have, do we want to hook up some Killer Instinct now? We can end this
Yeah.
and go to some Killer Instinct?
Alright. Gonna take a brief pause here for a moment. You guys keep talking while I set things up.
Yeah. So a lot of people were very disappointed that console gaming itself is straying away from going through the game and unlocking the special characters. Now everything's DLC.
We gotta buy them now.
Everything's DLC. And I think it caters to kind of the new generation of gamers we have. Because back in our day of gaming, if you wanted to unlock something, you had to work for it.
Yeah, you had to beat the high score or
Yeah.
something like that.
You're beating the game on the hardest difficulty without dying. And nowadays, if all the characters aren't standard with the game, the community rages. And that kind of speaks for how gaming's kind of moved down the line since then. Like, the gamers are more catered to, there's no surprises or things to work for. Because let's look at Devil May Cry 1, PS2. Difficult game. Devil May Cry 2 was a joke.
Let's not talk about Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry 3 was a joke.
Well, Devil May Cry 3 was harder than 1.
No, I don't think so. Because I played through 3. To me, it was really easy.
You're really good at Devil May Cry then, because there was an error with Devil May Cry 3, and that made Devil May Cry 3 the normal mode was actually the very hard mode or something weird like that.
Well, let's also talk about the new Devil May Cry.
The best Devil May Cry?
He says the best Devil May Cry. I hated the way they changed the character.
Have you played the game?
No, I'm not talking about pure game mechanics. Let's talk about me being a fanboy for Devil May Cry. I'm one of those.
Alright, I'll tell you this. I love Dante. I love the crap out of Dante.
Yeah, I love the character that Dante was. They
New
didn't
Dante.
have to remodel him.
New Dante's amazing. He is so
What
much
makes him
cooler.
amazing?
I have to play the new game.
He looks cool. He sounds cool. I like his attitude more. The new look is
Okay,
sweet.
Rick, I'll give it a chance because I haven't even looked at the game. I haven't watched any video on it. I may have seen an advertisement for it, but I've been so anti-new Devil May Cry, I haven't touched anything. I don't know. Is Nintendo falling out of the game now, or are they just doing mostly handheld at this point?
No, we used
I know they have
a.
I know they have a new console that they were talking about putting out. That kind of brings things back to their core, if you will.
So far, anything new console related with them is all hearsay.
All hearsay?
All hearsay.
Because I know they're making a killing on the handhelds.
In Japan, the top 10 games of 2014 were all Wii U games.
Where they see that Wii U is a great console, but it was so underrated here in the States.
It's underrated worldwide, sadly.
Is it really?
But it's really starting to pick up because it's finally getting games.
Yeah.
I mean, you need games for anything to sell.
And we can really tell that Nintendo is trying to cater to the adult style of games. Because let's look at Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2. Great games. I haven't played them, but I've seen the reviews. I've seen streaming of that game being played. And it's been really good.
You can get it on PS3.
Can you really?
PS3 versions. I don't want to come off as sounding fanboy. It's not as good as the 360 version. There is...
What makes it different?
It's not as... what are the words I'm looking for? It wasn't optimized good enough for the PS3. There's a lot of stuttering issues, a lot of freezing issues. It's a lot of issues. Excuse me. I want to... just a ton of issues with that. That's good. Oh, and real quick, guys, Kel is going to be leaving us. He's got work tomorrow morning, so he's got to take off. So we're going to say our goodbyes. See you later, Kel.
Have a good night, Cal. Drive safe.
Gators.
Oh, you mind hooking it up?
Yeah. Mom, do?
Yes, please.
All right.
All right. Good night, Rodney. Good night, Rick.
Good night.
Good night. It's good seeing you, Kel.
Good seeing you.
Okay.
What time you got to be at work? Like 5 in the morning?
7:30.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm good for a while. I don't have to be up till 9.
Yep, I don't work till 5 in the afternoon.
Death trap.
But yeah, we'll get that Killer Instinct going in a moment here.
Yeah, so it looks like it's just going to be me and Rick for Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct, I really only play Fulgore. None of the other characters really struck a big interest in me. But I love some Fulgore. I can try playing the new Killer Instinct with Rick, but he's going to kick my butt.
Alright, I just need to get a controller.
Yeah, I can use this one here. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. To get one controller.
So when we start the stream, are we going to still record here? Are we going to stop the recording here and move to the stream?
We'll still record that. We'll end up doing both. That'll just be easier for me to capture the footage with.
Yeah.
Where are the other Xbox controllers?
There's one on the table right here. See one on the table over here.
Now the Xbox 360 controllers, they're not compatible with the Xbox One.
No.
And is the Xbox One backwards compatible with any 360?
Nope.
Man, it's on the table.
I know, but we have.
That's why us Sony guys are lucky.
Oh,
Now PS4, is that backwards compatible with PS3?
no.
I know PS3 can play PS1 games, but
and
there's
some PS2 games.
Yeah, but as long as they don't
Depending
have
on
the
or the-
blue backing is.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say we're gonna cut this short and go play some Killer Instinct on the Xbox One, which we'll be streaming. You can check out all of our streams at twitch.tv/GuidyJ. Of course, you know the YouTube channel, youtube.com/GuidyJ. The Monster Closet Facebook group, which is Monster Closet. Rodney here, just let me know there's another Facebook group called Monster Closet. Ours is the better one. Monster Closet, like I was going to tell you, is a old Doom term, and it's for a room with infinite monsters in it.
I see.
Never-ending enemy spawns. So yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you guys. You know, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at WeedyJ. He has a Twitter, but he doesn't use it.
I don't use it. If you guys are looking for any kind of guild activities through Marvel Heroes, League of Legends, Minecraft, look us up on Facebook, Dark Alliance. We'll get you invited to the group. We run Ventrilo, so we're a pretty active game community. We've been there for about 10 years, and we're going to have the Dark Alliance crew help a lot with the Monster Closet things and the different PC gaming we might be able to stream later on in the future. So we'll get some cool League gaming going on. We'll get some cool Heroes of the Storm that's in its beta. I've been in the technical alpha for about a year now, but we'll try to get the beta going on too. And we'll look at the other games we can get on there as well.
And always, if you have any questions or concerns or anything you want us to talk about here on the Closetcast, you can find us. No, not find us, but you can shoot us an email at thisismonstercloset@gmail.com. Anything you want us to talk about, any questions you have, any concerns you want us, games you want us to play, anything, let us know. Remember, I'm still doing a Let's Play of Resident Evil, the HD, the GameCube remake. So expect that. Should try to have an episode out every night this week. No promises, though. Because I don't know exactly when this will come out. Right now it's the 28th. I'm going on the 29th. Should be up soon. I have to edit in all the game footage right here.
And I'll be back Sunday with Rick. We'll try to maybe do some retro gaming if we can. We'll try to have fun with maybe some Super Mario Brothers and some old school gaming.
Yeah, so definitely expect more from us. We have a Nintendo episode coming soon with some special guests. You guys will enjoy it. Expect the Let's Plays to continue. Gonna start doing that Batman Let's Plays, like I said. That's coming soon. I want to finish Resident Evil first, and then possibly the Evil Within. Check out our GoFundMe page. GoFundMe.com/MonsterCloset. If you want to donate $1 or $2 to us so we can get better equipment, feel free to. That's what that's for. All the proceeds of that will strictly go into making Monster Closet better. So, thank you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Tell your friends. And I want to let you guys know we're going to have t-shirts available soon. So stay posted on that. Have a good night, you guys.